In 2010, the London Telegraph published the story of a flat that had been locked for 70 years. It seemed impossible in a busy and densely populated city to find a place where no one had set foot for so long. But the story is real, and the apartment belonged to the socialite Marthe de Florian. Marthe lived in the flat in the 1890s and never thought of moving out. But her plans changed in 1939. The Second World War was about to begin, and part of Paris was occupied by the Nazis. Fearing for her life, Florian left Paris in a hurry. She took only the most essential things with her. It is likely that she intended to return to her apartment at some point, but never did. It is interesting to note that Marthe paid the bills for the apartment until her death, and relatives did not even suspect that the apartment existed. All this would be nothing, but there is a significant inconsistency in this story. Several sources give information about Marthe de Florian herself. The Wikipedia page says that Marthe died in her own Paris apartment in 1939, at the age of 74. She lived in the abandoned flat with her son Arnie Beaugiron. Marthe's son spent his entire life in Paris and died on the 12th of May, 1966. He was 82. It turned out that the flat had been inherited by Arnie's daughter, Marthe's biological granddaughter, the playwright Solange Beaugiron. This is more plausible. The owner of the apartment was born on the 9th of September, 1864, and would have been 146 years old in 2010, which is, of course, impossible. At the outbreak of the Second World War, it was Solange, not Marthe, who fled Paris, and it was she who locked the apartment. She was only 20 at the time. The young refugee went to the south of France, which was considered much safer. Why she did not go there with her father is unknown. Throughout her life, Solange paid the bills for her grandmother's apartment, who died in 2010 at the age of 91. After Solange's death, auctioneer Olivier Chopin-Janvry and his team were sent to the Paris apartment. The specialists opened the time capsule, and it was as if they were back at the beginning of the last century. The apartment was full of antiques, old furniture, silverware, stylish paintings, and much more. It was possible that Solange had wanted to take things with her at some point, but had never done so. One of the most valuable items in the apartment turned out to be a painting of a girl in a pink dress. Experts later discovered that the painting was by the famous Italian artist Giovanni Boldini, and that it depicted Marthe de Florian herself. A love letter from the artist to Marthe was also found in the apartment. At the end of September 2010, the Boldini painting went under the hammer for $3.4 million. In the same year, part of the estate of the mothballed apartment was sold. The painting was the most expensive lot of the auction. Solange's relatives were delighted with the inheritance, but they still do not understand why the woman hid information about the apartment all her life. It is also unclear why the woman never returned and why she paid the bills. She probably knew the flat was intact and kept it for her relatives. At least the inheritance turned out to be quite posh. It is also surprising that no burglar has got into the flat in 70 years. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and let us know what you think in the comments.